5 years have passed since the events of the second part of the movie. Cien, who defeated Art the Clown, still can't recover from her trauma, but prepares to start her life anew in her aunt's family. Meanwhile, Art has put himself back together with the help of one of his victims, the disfigured and demented Vicky, and is now planning another bloodbath, this time surrounded by Christmas trees, twinkling lights, and joyous songs. Many notable horror franchises have grown out of an idea that can easily be described in one sentence. 5 friends arrive at a cabin in the woods where they accidentally awake some demons. A group of teenagers are terrorized by a maniac, who comes to them in their dreams. A boy who drowned at a children's camp returns as a hockey-masked killer. Terrifier was born from a concept that describes not even the plot, but the antagonist, a mime clown in creepy makeup who mocks his victims without making a sound. The creator of the franchise, Damien Leone, took a course to the maximum possible naturalism and brutality of the murders, and this decision was the key. Of course, horror movies are much more than blood and guts, but in Terrifier the extremity of deaths works powerfully on the atmosphere of horror. We are frightened not only by the ingratiating suspense, but also on a physiological level. You start to feel sick in advance when you realize that Art has chosen another victim and is about to do something terrible, as always, suddenly, and you will see it in all the gory details. Art the Clown first appeared in Leone's short film The Ninth Circle, which was followed by another one called Terrifier. In 2013, Leone collected these short films and completed 2 more to make the feature-length horror anthology All Hallows' Eve. An attempt to distract from Art the Clown with the thrash horror flick Frankenstein vs. the Mummy failed, and Leone returned with the full-length horror Terrifier, which, despite its low budget, appealed to many extreme horror connoisseurs. In Terrifier 2 it became obvious Leone's movement towards the mainstream, which continued in the 3rd film of the franchise, where the director demonstrates the wonders of script and directorial equilibrium, trying to marry shock content and traditional genre drama, prescribing to tell the story from the lead character and save the feelings of the audience. Who goes to the movies not to have his face on broken glass for 2 hours? Undoubtedly, some of the rough sharpness of the first film has been lost, but Leone holds on. It is still a very scary and disgusting movie, frightening with a combination of naturalistic torture and the seeming invulnerability of evil. It's also the fact that it's hard to dismiss Terrifier 3 as stupid nonsense. On top of all that, it's quite smart movie about trauma and overcoming it. Judging by box office receipts, Leone chose the right path. All 3 parts of the franchise were released in theaters, but if the first movie gained just $500,000, the sequel earned $15 million. And the 3rd film just for the first 2 weeks of release put in his piggy bank 3 times more, 25 times, recouping the $2 million budget. The budget is far from the highest, but, as it turns out, it's more than enough to provide the movie with a juicy picture, a lot of blood and practical effects, to attract several horror icons in small cameos, and to spread out freely on the timing of 2 hours, of which every minute is worked in full. Yes, it's still not a movie for everyone, but now it looks as dressed up and appealing as possible. Extreme horror movies have never been so tantalizing.